Rediscover your past by digitizing your family's memories with LEGACYBOX. Watch until the end of this video to find out more about preserving your legacy, and then visit legacybox.com/recollection. In 1941, the United States had a population of 133 million people, and the mood of the country was shifting fast. What began as a year of speeches and warnings would end on a single morning in Hawaii. News carried the tension, but most Americans still didn't realize how close the war truly was. This is the year 1941. On January 6th, President Franklin D. Roosevelt delivered his famous Four Freedoms speech during the State of the Union address, defining four essential human rights: freedom of speech, freedom of worship, freedom from want, and freedom from fear, a moral framework that helped prepare the nation for a larger role in the global conflict. January 16th brought a stark warning from U.S. Vice Admiral Patrick Bellinger and Army Air Corps Major General Frederick Martin as they issued a notice predicting a possible surprise early morning assault on Pearl Harbor. Their alert was not heeded, and it did not lead to full defensive readiness. On January 23rd, famed aviator Charles Lindbergh testified before Congress, urging neutrality and suggesting the United States negotiate with Nazi Germany, a controversial stance that reflected strong isolationist sentiment still present in the country. February 4th marked the founding of the United Service Organizations, better known as the USO. The organization was created to provide entertainment and morale support to American service members at home and abroad. Signed into law on March 11th, the Lend-Lease Act allowed FDR to send weapons, food, and supplies to allied nations, especially Great Britain, without immediate payment. The act also secured vital U.S. long-term military base leases in British territories. March 22nd saw recent Oscar-winning actor Jimmy Stewart enlist in the U.S. Army, becoming the first major movie star to serve in uniform during World War II. On May 1st, General Mills introduced its oat cereal, Cheerios. Later, it would be renamed Cheerios and go on to become one of the best-selling breakfast cereals in American history. That same day, U.S. savings bonds went on sale to help finance defense spending, encouraging ordinary citizens to support war efforts financially. Premiering on May 1st was the groundbreaking film Citizen Kane, directed by and starring Orson Welles. It debuted in New York City and would later be widely regarded as one of the greatest films ever made for its storytelling and technical innovation. On May 27th, FDR declared a national emergency after a German U-boat sank the American ship Robin Moore in the Atlantic, increasing public awareness that the war was already affecting U.S. vessels. May 31st saw the first issue of Parade magazine hit newsstands, eventually becoming one of the most widely read Sunday supplements in the country. On June 2nd, baseball legend Lou Gehrig died from ALS, the progressive nerve disease that would become widely known as Lou Gehrig's disease. He had been diagnosed just 2 years earlier. June 16th was the day when Washington National Airport, the first federally owned airport, opened near Washington, D.C. June 22nd changed the course of the war as Nazi Germany launched Operation Barbarossa and invaded the Soviet Union, the the largest land invasion in history, opening up the brutal Eastern Front. July 1st introduced television advertising to the masses when Bulova aired the first paid TV commercial, a simple on-screen clock during a baseball broadcast. On July 17th, Joe DiMaggio's legendary 56-game hitting streak ended in Cleveland, a record that still stands as one of baseball's most unbreakable achievements. August 14th brought a joint declaration from FDR and Winston Churchill, known as the Atlantic Charter. This outlined shared war aims and principles for a post-war world. Construction began on September 11th on the Pentagon in Arlington, Virginia, destined to become the headquarters of the U.S. Department of Defense. On October 9th, FDR approved early atomic research funding, a decision that would grow into the Manhattan Project, and ultimately produce the first atomic bombs. Beginning on October 11th, the Fall River, Massachusetts Firestone plant was destroyed by a fire, wiping out a huge rubber supply and hindering military production. October 31st marked the completion of Mount Rushmore, ending years of carving work on the presidential monument in South Dakota. On December 7th at 7:55 a.m., Japanese forces launched a surprise air attack on Pearl Harbor, crippling much of the U.S. Pacific Fleet and killing over 2,400 Americans, an event that brought the United States directly into World War II. On December 8th, the United States and Britain formally declared war on Japan, and the U.S. officially entered World War II. On Christmas Day, a future holiday classic was introduced when Bing Crosby first performed the song White Christmas on radio. The song would go on to become the best-selling single of all time. December 26th closed the year with a historic speech as Winston Churchill became the first British Prime Minister to address a joint session of the U.S. Congress, warning that the Axis powers would stop at nothing. Recollection Road and LEGACYBOX both believe it's important to preserve the past. If you're like me, there's a box of your family's treasured home movies and photos tucked away somewhere, and LEGACYBOX can help you preserve them digitally. The process is a simple and safe solution for converting your home movies and photos to thumb drive or to the cloud. Just send in your LEGACYBOX filled with old VHS and camcorder tapes, film reels, and pictures, and get back digital copies that can be easily enjoyed, shared, and kept organized. It's that easy. LEGACYBOX is trusted by over 1 million people, and it's all done right here in the USA. Get started preserving your past today. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to get an incredible 55% off. Buy today to take advantage of this exclusive offer and send in your memories when you're ready. Go to legacybox.com/recollection to save 55% while supplies last. Let me know in the comments if I missed anything, and make sure to check the description of this video for links to pick up a t-shirt. Also, don't forget to visit our friends at Horn & Hardart to save 10% on your next order. Visit hornandhardart.com/recollection. Thank you to our loyal Patreon supporters listed here. Visit patreon.com/recollectionroad to join the club.